we're good. Let's call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Councilmember Engstrom.
Here. There.
Councilmember Mattina. Here. Councilmember Spellman.
Here.
Councilmember Scheel.
Here.
Mayor Paulette.
Here. Let's call on the city attorney, David Ruben, lead us in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time I'd like to call for the acceptance of the agenda.
Make a motion to accept the agenda.
Second. It's all you.
These
It's
mics
all-
are working really well.
It's all Mark.
What'd you guys do?
It's almost feeding back a little.
After a year of embarrassment, they finally fixed the system. Thank you very much.
No, do we need to turn it down a little?
I think so. It's doing a little feedback.
I don't know, Rob and Tony, can you guys hear us okay? Rob?
Oh, I thought it was the peg money that helped.
Should we call an expert?
I
See
can
if,
hear Tony, or I can hear Kenny a little too well.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion by the council? If not, all those in favor of acceptance of the agenda, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have city council reorganization. I'd like to turn this now over to Janelle, the city clerk.
Okay, so it's that time of year where we get to do our reorganization. This year that includes swearing in 2 council members. But first, before we do that, we have to approve the election. We have to adopt the resolution approving the canvass. So that would be your first step, to approve the certification of the election and adopt the resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve the certification of County Elections Office of Results of the canvass of the consolidated general election and adopt the proposed resolution reciting the facts of the consolidated general municipal election held in said city of Lakeport on the 4th day of November 2014, declaring the results thereof and such other matters as are provided by law.
second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Mark? Good with that? Okay.
Okay, so at this time, we get to do the swearing in of our 2 new council members. If I can have, should we do them one at a time, or?
Don't I leave
We didn't.
first?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're anxious to get out of your tongue, but we're not quite ready.
To make it official.
So
It's wet outside
you
with the car running
come
right
down.
now.
And Maria, if you can come up, please.
Face the camera over there so we can catch it.
Taking your picture. Oh, actually, I'm not going to come over this way. Okay. Because I need you to both raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
I,
name,
Stacy Mattina,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And because we only have a number of seats available up here on the dais, I have to come down here and eliminate one of these characters. Mom, you want to come down?
Yes.
Save this if you don't want it. My mom will recycle it.
So anxious.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Isn't this nice?
Yeah.
Maybe I should get on the same side so it looks like we're buddies. Presented by the City of Lakeport and grateful appreciation for your dedicated service. Thomas Engstrom, Lakeport City Council, 2010-2014, Mayor 2013. Boy, is that pretty.
Wow, that is really nice.
Maybe take a picture of the two of us here if I can get this back on. I have to say that when I became a mayor, I didn't really expect that.
By the time you finish talking, I'm sure it'll be.
I never. But anyway, I had no idea that the mayor thing could happen so quickly, but I was grateful that I would have somebody. And I never stopped calling him the chief because I remember once I got kind of like half arrested. But I didn't really get arrested, but I got taken to jail and fingerprinted, and then I went down to complain, and he said, well, my guys didn't do that. And I didn't have my glasses on. This is a true story. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't identify the person that almost arrested me, and he claimed that it was a sheriff's department guy. And anyway, I went down to complain about it, and he was the chief then, and that was, I don't know, maybe 15, 20, I don't know how many years ago. And no disrespect intended, Chief Rasmussen, but he's always been the chief to me. But it's been so nice to have Stacy up there and Tom every time I make a mistake to look at me and have this horrible look on their face like how pathetic I was. But I want to thank you so very, very much for being there for me and balancing our group up here, because obviously we have some very devious people up here, and you brought this kind of like nice. We have the loving, motherly type up here that kind of balances it. We have these other two guys over here, these rascals, and so you've done such a great job of balancing it out and giving it that familial kind of wonderful, loving, giving,
Kenny, the
kind of
meeting
attitude.
is almost over.
Tom, I want to thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Now, at this time, Brad would.
Turn this way real quick.
Is that a camouflage camera? So no one could see?
That's your mugshot, Kenny.
At this time, Brad would like to come out and say a few words. Or do you want to just stay right there?
I'll do it from here. But Tom, I'm fortunate enough to have worked with you a long time since you've been here in the city since 1994. And on behalf of the police department, I just want to say a few words. That is, Tom, on behalf of the police department, I want to take the opportunity to commend you for your years of dedicated service to the city, police department, and community over the past 20 years. You served our community for 11 years as the chief of police, which currently makes you the second longest serving town marshal or chief since the city incorporated in April of 1888. During your time with the department, you brought valuable and much needed change to the department, including securing multiple grants for personnel, increasing staffing levels, implementing our school resource officer program, maintaining police canine units, updating our policies to the Lakeport system, and moving us out of the old North Main Street police facility. In addition to the above changes, you have always served as a forward-thinking and progressive police leader and set direction that is still in place today. You worked well with the community, always listened to their concerns, and made sure they felt safe. Even after retiring from the department and law enforcement, you maintained an active role in the community and continued to support it. Most recently, you continued to serve the public by working as a city council member and serving as mayor over the past 4 years. I want to tell you that much of what you have done will carry on for a long time, and a lot of what you have taught us about working with the community is still practiced today. Again, thank you for your 15 years of dedicated service to our community, and best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you, Brad.
Thanks.
Tom, I almost got off with your pen.
Oh, how nice, a 15-year pin. Thank you very much. Before I go, just real quick, I'd like to thank those people who voted for me 4 years ago when I asked them not to. It turned out to be, one of the choice experiences in my life. Cindy and I, and here's a couple of our grandchildren, we now have
27 grandchildren and 3 greats, and the 3 greats are here tonight, along with 2 of our granddaughters. And I think they're anxious to have their grandpa back. So this council is wonderful. They come prepared. They read everything before they come to these meetings, and they make decisions based on what they think is best for the people who live in our beautiful community. And you are going to just jump right in with both feet. You'll fit in nicely. Stacy and I were elected together, and it's been my honor to serve with her for 4 years. And Matt, she gave us your Christmas card. We're putting that up on the family wall because we feel like family after 4 years. But this is still the greatest place we've ever lived in our lives. We hope to live out our days here in Lakeport. They have a terrific staff here. The employees are great, and it's just been the best thing that's ever happened in our lives is to come to Lakeport. So thank you all. I'm out of here.
Thank you, Tom.
Read all of your 93 pages of absolutely. And now it's my pleasure to ask Janelle to take over the job of elections for mayor and mayor pro tem.
Okay, so at this time, what I will do, we'll start with mayor, and I'll ask for nominations.
I'll make a nomination for Mayor Pro Tem Martin Scheel.
For more mayor? Okay.
He's already.
Are there any other nominations for mayor? Okay. All those in favor of appointing Martin Scheel as mayor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Welcome, Martin.
Thank you.
And now I'll ask for nominations for mayor pro tem.
Obviously, there hasn't been any discussion on this.
I'll nominate Stacy Mattina as mayor pro tem.
Any other nominations for mayor pro tem? All those in favor of Stacy Mattina as mayor pro tem, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And Stacy will be mayor pro tem. And we'll turn the meeting over to the new mayor.
Oh.
Oh, I was going to take Maria's seat, but she already stole it. In case there's violence, I'll be the first one out the door.
You do have the quick access. Yeah, don't cut yourself. Bloodletting and start the meeting. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, Councilmember Turner, to the Lakeport City Council. Very happy to have you on here, and welcome back, Councilmember Mattina. Mayor Pro Tem Mattina. For those of you tonight wishing to have public comment on any item that's not on the agenda, but it's under the jurisdiction of Lakeport City Council, you can do so with up to 3 minutes. We do ask that you fill out a public comment form there at the table when you come into council chambers, and we will have that available for you at the time. For those of you wishing to public comment on any agenda item, I will call for that time during the agenda item. With that being said, we have a consent agenda, which are ordinances, warrants, minutes, the Matty Act report, and application number 2014-023 to approve the application for the Lakeport Yacht Club for overnight RV parking in the parking lot north of 5th Street boat ramp on December 31st, 2014. Does any council member wish to pull any item from the consent agenda? Is there any public comment on the consent agenda? Seeing none, back to the council for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Well, we have no citizens input at this time.
Okay.
We'll have the presentation for the holiday lights decorations.
Okay. Next item is the Holiday Light Decorations Parade, presentation of winners of the annual Holiday Lighted Decorations Contest. Is that
Hello.
decorations? I may have said decorations.
Holiday decorating, lighted holiday decorating contest.
Yeah.
And the winners, we had 15 businesses and 5 residential contestants. So it's about 6 or 7 more than we had last year. So hey, that's an improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the residents. And Glenn and Jackie Courtney, they got 3rd place. But he can't be here, today's his birthday. So he's having dinner right now. And 2nd place goes to Paul and Celia Thomas. And he's not able to be here because he's busy at Bicoastal.
Is that a house or a?
Yeah, the residential houses.
Do you have the addresses or?
Oh, okay, yes. It's 935 Central Park Street
Oh, okay.
for Paul Thomas. And then 1st place goes to Lonnie Griffith and Janice Mills. Yeah.
What was the address
It's
again?
beautiful.
1190 North Brush.
North Brush.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
that's great.
Tonight I plugged in stuff and I was blowing breakers because of the
Oh,
rain.
yeah.
I got it lit up, so.
All right, well,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, and then in the business category, 3rd place, we had a tie. And it was the One Stop Party Shop at 123rd Street and Main Street Bicycle at 125 North Main. And I don't see that they have made it today or tonight. 2nd place goes to the new business, Sweet Sugar on Main Street at 140A North Main. And she took 2nd place. She said Audrey was going to be here, but she's not here today. 1st place this year goes to Main Street Gifts, and she's out of town, Kathy is. And they're at 115 North Main.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yes, exceptional.
Thank you very much, and thanks for all that participate in that. It really makes the city seem festive when you drive around town. There's a lot of people that do the lights that don't even enter the contest, but it looks really good. Next, we have a public hearing, Community Development Block Grant Program Income Reuse Agreement, and that is from our city manager, Margaret.
Yep, Mayor, members of the council. The city of Lakeport has participated over many years in the Community Development Block Grant Program. And as we'd had a revolving loan fund for both business and housing rehab and first-time home buyers. And after the money is loaned out and the money's returned back to the city from the loans, that becomes program income, which the city is able to keep to reuse for other eligible items under the CDBG program. This year, the state Housing and Community Development Department, which runs the CDBG program, has done many changes to the CDBG program. And what we used to do is the monies came in, we used to divide the funds into housing and business loans. And now we have to spend all the program income monies first before we can get into our grant. So it's become obvious that we have to spend, we want to spend it on a project so that we can spend the program income fund so that we can get to our business loans that we're trying to, that we just got funded for, and we'll be getting the agreement soon. So what the state now is doing is we have to declare whether we're going to, the agreement is basic boilerplate from the state that asks us to get this approved by the council. But we have to make a choice whether we want two revolving loan funds or do we want to put it in a pot called program income, and then we can do a project from that. It has to be an eligible project for CDBG, which we will bring back if council approves to go with the CDBG program income versus the two revolving loan funds, which right now we have money, still have an open grant for housing, first-time home buyers and housing remodeling assistance. And we also have the business loan money that we've got from the state right now. So we would love to put this into a project for the city. So if you approve that, to go in that direction, then we will bring back the next meeting, it's called a design meeting, to request a specific project to be used for those funds, which is about $170,000 that we have in there right now. So, any questions?
Any questions from council? Well, seeing none, we will open the public hearing and welcome any public comment. This is agenda item. Good evening, Melissa.
Good evening. Melissa Fulton, Lake County Chamber of Commerce. Maybe it's been a long day and I wasn't following. Are you saying that if the council agrees to go into a single project, that there will not be any funds available for business loans?
We just got a grant for $300,000 for business loans.
Okay, and that stands?
Right, that stands.
Great.
This is the extra money that comes in from past loans that we
Right.
got. Yeah.
Okay,
And I can't get into those loans until I spend my program income, so
okay,
state's
so you're
gonna
saying
get
the
it.
program income, the city has a project in mind?
Right.
Yeah.
Which I
Okay.
will be bringing some options to council, the next
Right.
council meeting in January.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Melissa. Anyone else with public comment on this item? All right, seeing none, we will close the public hearing and bring it back for council. Any other discussion? If not, would entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the Community Development Block Grant Program reuse agreement and direct staff to proceed with the submission of the resolution to the State Housing Community Development Department.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, next, council business, Public Works Director, Mr. Mark Brannigan, purchase of utility trucks. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Before you tonight is a request to authorize the city manager to sign 2 purchase orders and any supporting contract documentation that may be required in the purchase of 2 budgeted utility trucks for the Public Works Department. During the budget process this year, we've identified a number of capital purchases, of which these 2 trucks were budgeted, and we have a cost from the Water Enterprise Fund of $55,644.23, which is within budget, and within the Sewer Enterprise, a cost of $29,500, which was budgeted. We did go out to bid. We've solicited, we sent out requests for proposals from 7 different dealerships within the region, which we received bids from. We have a bid tab here. We had just 2 bids that were qualified from each of the 2 different utility trucks that we're going after. We did receive a 3rd bid that did not comply with the bid specifications on the 1-ton utility truck. But the bids were competitive, and we believe that the lowest responsible bidders that were listed are good standing bids. And we're looking to see if we can get the authorization from Mark to sign to move these forward.
Thanks, Mark. Any questions from council?
Can we trade in some of our junkers?
Yeah.
Credit?
I wish. Yeah. We did a large surplus cleanup at the yard a couple months ago. Didn't get much more.
Any public comment?
No, the only thing that I was kind of a little dismayed, I mean, I realized that we have like a only, what is it called, a sole supplier kind of a thing. And I noticed that Ukiah Ford, which I consider to be kind of like local, was, in both cases, was a couple $100 on one and less than $1,000 on the other. It's kind of a shame that we couldn't lease something nearby, but I guess we're required by law to do what we need to do, and it's unfortunate that just because we're in Ukiah, just over the border, that we can't do something, do business a little more locally. But, the law is what it is. So they looked like they were very close, but came in second place, kind of two.
Anything else, council? Any public comment on the current agenda item?
I'll move to authorize the city manager to sign the 2 purchase orders and supporting contract documents for the procurement of utility trucks for the Public Works Department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thanks, Mark. You know, it's interesting too, the taxes, insurance, is such a simple item to include. And
Yeah.
it's a pretty simple request.
Yeah.
Give us all that.
Oh, the incomplete bid?
Yeah.
No.
Taxes, insurance. Council communications. Councilmember Bartlett.
Well, I would just like to say to the staff members that are here, I want to give my appreciation for all of the great preparation, the staff reports and everything that kept us in the loop and made us look good up here, and me personally, to make sure that we were on our game all the time. And we couldn't have done the work that we do and make the decisions that we need to do without the help of the staff. So I'd like to thank Brad and Andrew and Mark and Dan's not here today, and Kelly for all the hard work, and I really appreciate the support from Stacy and from Mayor Scheel on each side of me, trying to keep me on track, and David for whenever I was violating national and interstate and county and city laws, to thank you for doing that, and also Margaret, and especially Janelle, who would snicker at me every time I made a mistake. But I want to thank everybody for keeping me on track. It was a real learning experience. I had hoped to be sitting in somebody's right hand like Martin was able to do and figure out how to do that, but it was kind of a crash course, and I really had a great time. But I really want to pass on my thanks to everybody that got all that behind the scenes work, because Lord knows when we have a 300-page agenda that it's nice to know that we have qualified, wonderful, hardworking people out there in the field. And I want to express my heartfelt thank you to all of you here tonight, and all of those that weren't here, Tom and everybody in the back room. So thank you very, very much. And it is kind of sad that I've just now figured out what the hell I'm doing, and now I'm down the road sitting over here on the side over here. But it's all good, and I would like to express my happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And next year I'll be looking forward to serving in my capacity as a city council.
Councilmember Spillman.
I'd just like to, I know that's not politically correct, but I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, to the public, I think to staff, and also to council. That's it.
Councilmember Turner.
I would like to extend appreciation to the city departments during our recent storm event. I saw a lot of city maintenance workers out pre-storm doing preparation for the storm, and I think because of that, the flooding that we experienced in Lakeport was a lot less than it could have been. So, and the way the staff pulled together in the emergency response, including the council, their quick response there, really helped us get through this storm event effectively. So I wish to extend my appreciation for that, and to thank the city of Lakeport, the voters, for an opportunity to serve. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see, I wanted to share at the APC meeting last week, we got an update from Caltrans on the Highway 29 widening project. It's still on schedule for 2018, and they pointed out that $43 million has been allocated to the project. It's really unusual, and thanking our lucky stars that we don't normally see that type of money put aside for that type of project, and it's going to be a really great thing for us. Let's see, LAFCO, we have a special meeting on Thursday. We've been working on the municipal service review for the Watershed Protection District, and it's taking more time than usual. Hopefully we will wrap it up Thursday, but I'm pointing it out because we've tried to maintain a fairly low budget there. This has gone over budget, and I would expect that will probably be next year a bigger budget, and we'll have to pay our fair share. So just a heads up on that. And lastly, I got a couple of little congratulation letters, like from, let's see, Yamada's office, Mike Thompson's office, and I thought we should really probably be sending a couple of congratulation letters out, at least to maybe Mike Dodd and, or Bill Dodd and Mike McGuire. So, do you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they stepped in quickly too, and both offered to write letters for the county when the county declared an emergency for anything that needed to happen at state level, so
They're
they're
both
already jumping in.
really
Here, look.
busy, and I think that they'll be there for us, so maybe a note from the city council would be nice.
Great idea. Andrew?
I don't have anything to report tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Chief?
Yeah. A couple things. First, I know Margaret forwarded, with the exception of Councilmember Turner, who was not here yesterday, the email on our DOJ audit. But I was proud of it and also wanted to mention it publicly in that on February of this year, the State Department of Justice started an audit on the Lakeport Police Department's access. This is a random audit that's done with all law enforcement agencies throughout California. Anyway, they started it in February. Since it's a state, they didn't finish it until this month. But we just got the letter which commended our department for our appropriate access and use of the automated state criminal history system. They pulled a random 106 sample inquiries that we had done between January of 11 and May of 2013 and found that in all cases we were in compliance. And they sent me a letter wanting to commend our department's compliance with the statutes and access of the system. So I just wanted to mention that.
Isn't that during the time period that we were accused of using the RIMS system?
Actually,
now we're getting commendation for...
My recollection is that we were accused of that back in somewhere around March or April of 2013. So yes, it would be in that same time.
Well, that's nice. That'll help lay some more foundation to put that issue to rest.
Yeah. Anyway, I was proud of it. Our staff, in all cases, complied with the law and properly documented what they needed to document for DOJ to be able to find that out in the audit. So,
awesome.
With that, I just want to mention a couple other things. Try to let you guys know occasionally what some of our stats are. I ran some numbers from the second half of this year, July 1st through yesterday, I believe it was, regarding our incidents. We handled 3,607 incidents in that time period. 2020 were community-generated calls for service. The other 1,587 were officer-initiated activities where they were taking action on something that needed to be dealt with. Those numbers do not include traffic stops. I think I mentioned the arrest numbers, which were the highest they've been in quite a few years when I was doing the detective staff report. But since that meeting, we're now up to 584 arrests for this calendar year, up to yesterday. And then, unfortunately, our Part 1 crime numbers last year in 2013, we had a total of 320 Part 1 crimes. Are you guys all aware of the Part 1 crimes, which is the murder, rape, robbery, assault, burglary, larceny, motor vehicle theft? So in 2013, we had 320. This year, as of yesterday, we're at 386. So I wish that was a little lower. But on a positive note, our response time to priority 1 calls from the time the community calls dispatch until we arrive on scene remains at 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, excellent response.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Mr. Brandon?
Nothing to report.
Ms. Lindia?
No report.
David?
Nothing to report.
I just wanted to thank my staff also. 4 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning, I had many public works employees, police department out there dealing with the floods and the storms, and it was pretty busy that morning. And luckily, as soon as the rain stopped, everything slowed down real quick, and did clear out quickly. Our major issues, we had a couple of cars, 3 cars, I think we had to rescue somebody from the car. But anyway, there was no injury, everybody was fine. The bridge at Willow Point, it's a private property bridge, but the creek flowing, and they had just replaced the top, but the foundation wasn't, and so that now is impassable. And fortunately, the neighbor, the adjoining property, we call it the C Street property off of C Street, has allowed the residents to use that as an ingress and egress into there. Because we had about 15 families that were stranded. They couldn't get their cars out. They couldn't do anything for about 24 hours till we got them access. So then the State Housing and Community Development Department, which they oversee mobile home parks, came out on Saturday, which was really great. We've been trying for a couple of years to get them to come out to look at some of the issues we've had. And they came out and did an audit, and they're bringing back another team to do another audit there, and they've asked them. They had 5 days to put up a fence all along the creek bed there, so nobody could even walk over that bridge. It was just so dangerous right there. And the owners have been they're cooperating and doing everything they need to do right away on the property there. So that was probably one of the most major of the events. And then we're watching our wells, because the wells that were in the middle of the creek, we got buried in the water, and we don't know, it's freezing. So we can't get in to test it yet. So that's why we've left our EOC open right now, our emergency center. It's just on watch. It's not an active center at this time. And hopefully, we're supposed to have rain for the rest of the week, so we're hoping that it won't create any more additional problems. So we know we need the rain and enjoy the rain, but we're keeping a watch as things go on. But basically, that's where we are right now. And it was a real learning experience. We had a debriefing today, and many subjects came up, and one of the main ones is training, that we need to do more training and need to get the basic training for all the staff. So it was a really, luckily nobody got hurt, and ended up being a really good experience for staff to experience the emergency center and how it went. So, they did a great job. I mean, most things went very smoothly, and we just learned that we have more things to work on. So it was very good.
Excellent. Well, it's nice to know it just takes a small disaster to get the state to come quickly.
Yeah, they did. We had families. It was a health and safety. We had families that were in danger there at that bridge. So it was really good.
Well, good thing that adjacent property owner is.
Yeah. So I'm very proud of the staff. They did a great job being out there right away and helping everybody out.
Excellent. Jan?
I don't have anything to report.
For myself, last week with Mayor Pro Tem Matina at APC, also have LAFCO upcoming on Thursday. The Soap Shack on Main Street, their new location, will be doing a ribbon cutting on Friday. Is that still happening, Melissa?
That's happening.
Excellent.
Where did they move to?
Right down next to where the old salon was, just down from Jeff Camp from the bike shop.
Golden Pear, and then it was Lorianne Photography.
I think it's
Perfect
105.
location. Now they have
great.
walkability for walk-ins.
Yeah, I saw they were closed, and I thought, I hope they just moved.
Two doors down from Main Street Bikes.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'll be there on Friday.
What time is that?
It's usually the 5:30 is when they start, 6 o'clock ribbon.
Well,
or
this
just
one,
earlier.
it's 5 to 6 with ribbon cutting at 5:30.
I would definitely like to echo my fellow council members on their thanks to staff. Great year. And council member Turner's definitely spot on with the response on Wednesday and Thursday with the heavy rains. I was actually out on some of the roads with some of the road crews and the chief and the city manager for some of the spots, and it was pretty amazing how much water was coming down in the city of Lakeport. And our public works department and our police department really nailed it, really came together and did a great job with limited resources. And when we decided to start going the emergency route, when we opened the EOC, I got to see that from the inception, and the city staff did a wonderful job putting together a plan, reading through the plan. Sergeant Baser from Lakeport PD was in, helped us guide us through that, and it was a good experience. I'm glad it didn't get worse, and probably helped us prepare and find what we need to do in the future. So.
And I forgot to thank Marissa, the new emergency services coordinator at the county. She did a great job in helping us get through and working with us on that. It was really good.
It was great to see the machine working as it should. So, with that, thank you very much, everyone, for coming tonight. Most